What is going on, guys? My name is Timothy or Timmybug, and welcome back to yet another video. Now, this video was actually requested by one of you guys. It was requested by Max __. So thank you, Max __, for giving me this video idea. But when I did my setting up the capture card video, as you can see, I've got the Zasluke Capture Card here. He commented down below and said that he may be interested in buying it. Could I do a cord tutorial? So before we get into this tutorial, I would like to say quickly, if you have no electronics experience, I'd click off the video. You're going to need a decent understanding of your Xbox, the plug names, the plug types, and everything like that in order for this video to go smoothly. Now, this is what you're going to need, and everything should come with the Zasluke Capture Card, but what I would recommend is getting a USB 3.0 cable, which this is the one that comes with the Zasluke Capture Card, and for me it's fine, but it's only a 1 foot long cable, so, you know, you can't really go far with a 1 foot cable. So let's just start off by turning our Xbox One or PS4 or PS5, whatever it is, on. This tutorial is not for PC, phone, or whatever. Although the Zasluke Capture Card can indeed record PCs and phones, this is not a tutorial for that. So get whatever gaming console you have. In my instance, I have the Xbox One S, and you are going to need a couple of things. One, you are going to need a USB 3.0 cable. These can usually be determined from other cables by the fact that they're blue, or just find a USB 3.0 cable. One comes with the Zasluke Capture Card, but again, it's only a foot long. You're going to need the Zasluke Capture Card, obviously, and you're also going to need an HDMI cable, which a 3 foot HDMI cable comes with the Zasluke Capture Card, but obviously you may want a slightly larger HDMI cord than that, depending on how far away your TV is, etc., etc. So you need an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 or 5, whatever. It can even be the new Xbox also, because it runs on HDMI. Basically, any HDMI input console, you're going to need the Zasluke Capture Card, and I would recommend a longer USB 3.0 cable. It has to be 3.0. That's the only issue. It can't be a USB 2.0 cable. And finally, you are also going to need a laptop, which all of this together, I'm not going to count the laptop and the Xbox One, but the Zasluke Capture Card and a longer USB 3.0 cable, and even a longer HDMI cable, this video will only cost around $80 to $90, and I can guarantee you, you will get one of the best recording experiences possibly ever. So this is also going to be kind of a behind the scenes into how I record my videos. So to start off, you're going to want to turn your Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, whatever you have that you're wanting to record, turn it around so that you can get to the wiring in the back. Now, you shouldn't have to rewire this every time you want to record, but for simplicity of the video, I am going to show you. So take your Zasluke Capture Card, unplug everything from it, right? So you're going to have just the Zasluke Capture Card when you start off. As you can see on the capture card, there's a USB 3.0 slot. You want to leave that facing where you want the cable to exit, and then you've got an HDMI output and an HDMI input. Now, what this means is with the HDMI input, run the cable from your Xbox One to the HDMI input slot. And then what the process is doing basically is it's taking your Xbox One display, it's running it through the capture card before it goes to your TV, and that's how it records it so well. So this is a little bit of pre-setup. So what you're going to want to do is come to where behind your TV is and unplug the HDMI cable going from your Xbox One to your TV. The next step, once you have that cable, is to plug that cable into the HDMI input slot on the Zasluke Capture Card. So go ahead and do that real quick. Perfect. Now remember, always plug it into the HDMI input. And what I do to just kind of quick set up the record is I run behind the TV, pop the HDMI cord out, and I already have this other HDMI cord that comes with the Zasluke Capture Card. Now, hopefully your HDMI cables will be of different size and shape, but basically, run your other HDMI cable from the output slot back to behind your TV, and then from there, plug that USB into your TV's HDMI source. Now, this is what's happening. I'm going to explain it really quickly. So, your Xbox is projecting an image out of the Xbox HDMI cable onto the input side of the capture card. And then you're taking your other HDMI cable and you're running it to the output side. And from the output, it's basically going through the input, going into the capture card, and then going out the output and into your TV. Now, you're done that part, but if you freak out, if you start freaking out like, oh my gosh, why is the screen's on HDMI 1, why is the screen, not showing the Xbox One? Well, that's when this part comes in. So for starters, you're probably going to want to push your Xbox back to where you had it. This is when you're going to need a laptop. So, bang. So now, we've got our laptop here. And this is what you're going to want to do. You need a laptop with OBS Studio installed on this laptop. So launch OBS just like I've done, and you're going to create a new scene. Take our USB 3.0 cable, and we're going to turn the laptop down just a little bit like that. And as you can see, the USB 3.0 slot, I have not plugged the USB cable into that yet. So go ahead and plug that into the USB 3.0 slot on the capture card. And so now your capture card should be looking something like this. You've got the HDMI inputs going into the back of the card there. You've got the USB 3.0 coming out of your capture card. Now find the USB 3.0 slot on your laptop. It should usually be marked as blue, or really with the laptop you can plug it into any slot on the laptop. It just is faster if you plug it into the USB 3.0 slot. And as you can see now, the card has power. The card draws power from your laptop to record, and as you can see, there's now on the screen. And if I use the Xbox controller, there's absolutely no delay at all. On the camera there will probably be delay, but that's because it's a camera. So as you can see, now there's a red light on the capture card, and if you actually look around back the capture card, there's another 2 red lights back there by the HDMI in and output areas. So the capture card is fully set up now. You can play whatever the heck you want to play on the Xbox now, but this is what you have to do to set up OBS to record this. So OBS isn't going to immediately, start capturing your Xbox screen. Add a new scene. It can be whatever. It doesn't really matter. And from there, add a source under this area right here. So when you click Add Source, add a video capture device. You can call it capture card, whatever the heck you really want to call it. And then select USB 3.0 high definition video capture. And as you can see, it is now changed to my Xbox One screen. So this is absolutely awesome. Leave the device default, leave everything, and click OK. And then you should be able to move around and resize your Xbox One screen. For simplicity's sake, I am just going to go ahead and set it up like I would set it up. And there you go. Now you've got the Xbox screen, but there's a slight issue. You aren't recording any desktop audio. As you can see, if I move it, it's not making the sound that it's supposed to make, and it's not registering with OBS Studio. That's because you have to go in here and add an audio input. You can call it whatever, and then under device, select USB or microphone USB 3.0 HD audio capture. And once you add that, you'll see audio input capture at the top of OBS. And when I move on this, you can see that green bar going up. That means we have sound. So, let it go all the way down. You can test it just by moving on the Xbox. Just by using the stick, you can test the audio. It's really, really cool, and that is how I set up my Zasluke Capture Card. And what I do is I use a lapel. I run a lapel from the microphone section of my computer. I run a lapel to me, and if you want to see a video on that, I guess technically I could do a video on that, but If y'all want to see my setup, just let me know. I'll do a video on my setup. Thank y'all for watching this tutorial. It's really, really cool, and then you can go play, like, literally anything. So, thank y'all for watching. This is Timmybug, signing off. Goodbye.